Gun violence is an issue in cities all across Pennsylvania, but the work being done to prevent that violence can often go overlooked. The York Group Violence Intervention Program has been credited with helping the city reduce gun violence by more than a third. And Fox 43's James Corrigan is live now to give us an inside look at the group helping to reshape the city of York.
And they sure are, Emmy, and the proof is in the numbers. Last year, the city saw a 75% reduction in the number of homicides, a 63% drop in the number of people struck by gunfire, and a 50% decrease in shots fired incidents. That's thanks in part to its Group Violence Initiative program, which has become a model for communities across the country. We went inside the GVI program to show you what happens on the front lines in the fight against gun violence.
Yeah, you can get some of this love too. What else?
For some, it's just a simple hello.
If you give me the high five, you can get dig in.
But for Tiff Lowe, every hello is an act of defiance.
They retaliate using gun. I retaliate using love. So I sit in my anger, and then I retaliate with coming out with positivity, love, and resources.
Her form of retaliation is against gun violence and crime in the city of York. And she has a team of retaliators behind her as the project manager of the York Group Violence Intervention Program. GVI was conceived in 2016 and has evolved into a community partnership with law enforcement aimed at preventing gun violence. What was once an idea is now a multi-pronged machine, with Lowe as its beating heart.
We put our boots on the ground. We got in the field. And once you get in the field, you understand what needs to be done. You cannot understand what needs to be done if you're sitting behind your desk.
That wasn't always the case before Lowe joined the program in 2021 after a career as a hall monitor and teacher's aide in the York School District. There, she learned the value of connection with young people and the speed at which many of them can be cast aside.
Society will be quick to throw them away by judging them from their mistakes. But what society forgets is the same mistakes that these young adults are making, a lot of us have made them. This is why I go so hard to save these young people's lives.
She goes hard through a three-pronged approach of community, services, and traditional law enforcement in order to reach those seen as being at risk of committing a crime. The community aspect involves outreach like the group's Stop That Walk in June, done in an effort to make children feel safer in their neighborhoods. Services include Job Corps, mental health initiatives, and education, such as the new scholarships to hack schools for those impacted by gun violence on both ends. All three layers come together each week to discuss individual residents who they see as being a potential candidate to commit an act of violence. Fox 43 was allowed access to one of these weekly meetings where they discuss interactions with some of these residents.
He seemed receptive the time we went and met with him and had a conversation. Towards the end of the conversation, he was starting talking a little bit more.
It's sad because if we don't get a hold of this young man, it's just not going to be a pretty ending.
The group sets out to reach these residents every week in a practice called Customs, where all three layers of GVI come together to go to the homes of someone who was involved in a recent incident, even in a small way, to let them know that help is available in the form of services. We followed the team to the home of a young man rumored to be involved with the wrong people, and heard the GVI team make its pitch to help him turn his life around.
If you continue going down the pattern you're going down and hanging around some of the people you're hanging around, there's nothing I could do but come see you at the prison. Or worse, at a funeral, and I don't want to do that. My goal, our goal, is to keep you safe, alive, and free by doing anything possible. So what we was able to do was to get grant funding to offer scholarships. You call that number right now, we officially now work for you. Once you call that, we have to now do everything in our power to keep you safe, keep you alive, and keep you free. Lord forbid you get shot and killed. We failed. We didn't do everything to save you.
Just another stop on the mission to eliminate crime in York by building trust, one person at a time.
My community sees me in the streets. My kids see me in the streets. Have conversations with them, not just about what they're doing wrong. Let's talk about what they're doing good. One of my biggest things I like to do, give them a hug. A lot of these young men and young women, they're not getting hugs. Give them a hug.
Everyone needs a hug sometimes. Now, communities from around Pennsylvania and around the country have taken note of the success that the GVI program has had here in New York. Officials from cities such as Nashville, Tennessee have sought advice from TIF, along with places like Harrisburg, which is modeling their recently created GVI program after York, hoping that we'll see similar success in the capital. And I think we're all looking to see similar success just like that all across our area, Amy.
You've seen the stories.
It's going to make people feel unwelcomed and unsafe.
You've heard the arguments.
Don't try to accommodate evil.
You've read the headlines. The Independence Law Center has been at the center of attention throughout the year in central Pennsylvania. The Harrisburg law firm has been hired by numerous school districts in the area as pro bono counsel this year. It has advised and drafted policy for school boards pertaining to cultural issues in school, such as whether students can use their preferred pronouns, which books can be read in school libraries, or whether transgender students can use bathrooms or play on a sports team aligning with their gender. For the first time, Fox 43 sat down with a representative of the ILC, senior counselor Jeremy Samick, to discuss their work and the controversy behind it.
What exactly is the mission of the Independence Law Center?
The mission of the Independence Law Center is to protect First Amendment freedoms, so freedom of association, freedom of speech, freedom of religion.
What is it that you do for these school boards?
We will help advise them on updates on the law as things change. We'll also provide legal research and legal advice on policy matters, and then we'll help them draft those policies.
The question is not only what they do, but why the Independence Law Center exists and what its purpose is in working with local school boards. The answer depends on who you ask.
If these policies are the means, what is the end?
The boards are seeking to find a way to protect the students in their school, all of the students in their school, protect the teachers in their school, protect the school from liability. And we're helping to do that in a variety of different circumstances.
What they're looking for is they are looking for our communities and our school districts to be guinea pigs for these anti-LGBTQ policies that they're pushing.
Lori Lebo is an advocacy coordinator for the Pennsylvania State Education Association and believes that the ILC is using school boards to test the legality of these policies in the courts when they are inevitably challenged.
They're really not beholden to the taxpayers of our school districts. Where they are beholden is to the anonymous donors of the Pennsylvania Family Institute.
The Pennsylvania Family Institute is the ILC's parent organization and is located in the same building. It's a conservative nonprofit advocating for Judeo-Christian values and a state where, quote, God is honored. The institute was designated as a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center for its anti-LGBTQ views, a distinction the group has denounced as defamatory. But the center denies that its mission is in line with those principles.
These policies that we've helped schools put into place are not related to religion at all, actually. These are purely based on trying to accommodate and find common ground.
It seems like some of your supporters think it's about religion.
You know, you guys forget that Christians are people too.
The flagship theme of the secular movement in America is that the God, Bible, and Christian faith need to be kept out of all politics and education because they are America's problem.
Psalms 1:1, blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the path of sinners, nor sits in the seat of the scornful.
It's not about religion.
Well, part of the mission of the Pennsylvania Family Council and the Pennsylvania Family Institute is centered around your Christian beliefs. You don't think that your Christian roots affects the policies that you're putting forward in these districts?
Yeah, so our work in religious liberty certainly is related to our belief that we should be able to live in a society where people are free to believe and practice their religious beliefs, or not to practice religious beliefs, and not to force those types of things on other people.
Do you believe in the separation of church and state?
That type of a question, there's an establishment clause in our country, and so there are numerous court cases in various contexts where that would be the case. So the separation of church and state, the establishment clause, is absolutely part of our law.
But do you believe in it, though? Does the Independence Law Center as a whole believe in?
We believe that the establishment clause, that you cannot violate the establishment clause, absolutely.
Who didn't wash your hands, raise your hand. Go ahead.
Every child,
Good job.
in their own way,
Can I have the blue one?
is an artist. With each stroke of the brush, inspired by colors only they can see.
Peppa Pig.
In a world without fear, only they can inhabit. Such is the freedom of the Wonder Years. No bills, no anxieties, and no limits on what they can achieve.
High five. Good job.
But for the adults looking after them, the Wonder Years are filled with the wrong kind of wondering.
What else can you do? You gotta bust your behind in order to pay what you need to pay for your kids to attend here.
For single mother Sierra Brown, 3 of her 4 kids attend Kids Academy in Harrisburg while she attends school. She's carried the weight of childcare costs on her shoulders, costs which have only grown to an average of more than $12,000 per child per year in Pennsylvania, growing the uncertainty for her family as well.
I had my kids get dropped out of daycares to where I didn't have no help. If you're not receiving child care network, you're barely making it.
Brown is receiving Child Care Network subsidies, but knows she will have to pay the full cost of $250 per week for her children to attend the academy once she's out of school. Kids Academy has the maximum quality rating in Pennsylvania's STARS rating system for child care centers. But the post-pandemic environment has seen its director, Robin Spiker, have to make a choice between keeping quality educators or educating more children.
Our teachers work very hard, and they deserve more pay than what they actually receive. But with the economy the way it is, we can't afford to pay them more wages. But if we do increase our pricing, then we would probably lose some of our families. So we've kind of been at a freeze for over a year and not increasing the tuition.
That dilemma has been present for nearly every child care center in the state. According to data from Strong Start PA, child care educators on average earn $40,000 less than kindergarten teachers, and their wages fail to meet the cost of living in every county. That's contributed to more than 3,300 vacancies for child care educators, leading to over 16,000 fewer children receiving child care.
We have the capability to serve 60 children, and we currently have 32. But until we get more educated and qualified staff, we have to pause our enrolling.
As the state budget takes shape in the Capitol, just miles away, child care centers watch and wait for relief to come as the financial walls continue to close in.
It depends on Pennsylvania, honestly, for the outlook of early childhood, because we all need help. We all need help for some funding. We need help with the staffing.
And for Sierra, whether help comes or not will likely determine the educational future of her 3 young children.
I put my trust into this daycare when I realized that my kids was good in their hands. I stuck with it, and to let go, it'll be hard.
A future as unclear as the paintings of a child, but with the hope that the Wonder Years
Show me the blue.
can soon become
It's a pumpkin.
a little more wonderful.
High five.
I see that.